Hello everybody, Doug Sanicola, and today we're going to do some cooking. What I want to do first and foremost is welcome you to my home. And the nice thing about this is at Outdoor Elegance we have all these cooking devices available to you. A lot of them are actually in stock, ready to go. And over here we have the Twin Eagles pellet grill. Now this pellet grill is amazing. A few things that this pellet grill will do is when you turn the pellet grill on, you see it's got the screen here. Let's say here we got spare ribs, because that's what we're cooking. I got pork spare ribs. It's kind of like cheating when you're barbecuing because your barbecue is going to come out absolutely perfect. So what you could do is you take your spare ribs, put a probe in here, probe to your spare ribs, and you can watch the temperature of your spare ribs throughout the whole cooking process. And in here, it's full of pellets, and that's where you put your fuel, and you go from there. One of the best spare ribs to cook when you're cooking spare ribs is a St. Louis style spare rib. If you look at this, it's a nice clean rib. There's no extra fat or extra meat across the top. It's very clean, and we buy these at Corner Butcher Shop. We're going to remove just a little bit of the fat, because remember, fat is flavor. If you notice, I'm cutting both ways, pretty much cutting a V right into the center of it. Now the other thing that's really important to do is to remove the silver skin. I don't know if you've bitten into ribs and they're real chewy. That's probably because that silver skin wasn't removed. But most chefs remove it. We're gonna come over here, and there you go. That's been in for about an hour and a half. Once it's been cooking for an hour, if you want to spritz it with apple juice, the spray bottle from the dollar store filled with apple juice. We're gonna slide that back. A lot of people sauce them all up on both sides, but this is what I'm gonna show you. First of all, the mustard is just simply a binding agent. The binding agent allows whatever rub you're putting on the ribs to stick. And quite frankly, people always say, well, don't your ribs taste like mustard? Never. Pretty much just kind of burns off with the whole thing. And we take our rub. Don't be shy with your rub now. This is a rub available at Outdoor Elegance. Oop, there's a nice big cluster. That's the Badass Pork Rub. Pat it all down nice and neat. Now watch this. Rib bones down first. Flip it right on there. If you did all this in the pan and flipped it and turned it, a lot of that would be still on the pan. As long as you're not too hot in the grill, do it right on your grill. So these are my little secrets. If, like I said, you look at different ways of cooking pork and different things, you'll see that mustard is used 99% of the time, it seems like. Like I said, don't be shy. It's a little warm, but it's not too bad. Pat it down a little bit. Say goodnight for a while. We'll be back. Okay, so what we're going to do is just check the rib that we just put on, and I'm going to show you something. See how it looks right now? What's happening is between the mustard and the rub, you notice they're now kind of melting in with each other. So what's happening, they're sticking to the rib, and they're going to continue to do that. And you notice the meat side is up. When we foil it up later, we're going to put the meat side down, but I'll go over that when we do that. What we're going to do now is we're going to pull the one that's been on for 4 hours, and we're going to foil that up. So pull that out there. We're going to slide this guy back. Since we're here, we might as well spritz it. And we'll be back for that one in about 45 minutes to an hour. These are cooked pretty much all the way through right now. Now we're just gonna make it kind of tastier. So we're gonna add a little honey. You could use honey, you could use agave. We're gonna take butter, but I really like this squeezed parquet because it really goes on nice. A little brown sugar. If you want to get it a little zesty, there's all types of chili sauce, tiger sauce and everything. I like the sweet chili sauce, and I just put a little bit of this on. Just kind of, I can make a couple lines here. Okay, so we only need to do the side that the meat's on. So we're gonna take that, seal that up real nice. So now the trick is we're putting this meat side down and let those final juices and everything cook into the meat. That needs to cook for about 1 more hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. The beauty of cooking low and slow is you use very little fuel when you're doing it. So we filled that pellet tray up in the very beginning, and we're doing real good. Okay, so now the first set of ribs that we put on earlier today, they're finished. Total rib cooking time, about 5 hours. So we're gonna pull that out, and we're just gonna put it in this metal pan, and we're gonna let that rest. Put that one back on, and I'm gonna guess another hour, but I'll temp check that one in a little while, and we'll see how we're doing. So that one's just gonna rest, and we'll take a look at it in about 20 minutes. So this is our first set of ribs. So we're gonna open that up, and if you see, look at all those juices and everything in there. That's pretty amazing. If you look at the bones, I could probably pull that bone right out. Now that's when you know that your rib is cooked perfect. That bone's dry, okay? This is really important to know. Now I could pull all the bones out of the ribs, but a lot of people like to eat the rib on the bone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice this up and I'm gonna plate it, and then we'll have it ready for a meal. Okay, take a look at that. Is that beautiful? Very good. Very, very good. Remember, we bring the California lifestyle to life. So, the new motto is what you see is what you want, and we'll completely take care of you. And thanks again.